Welcome back to another video. Today's video we are going to be reviewing, was just off camera here, the iMac, the late 2015 iMac 21.5 inch. This is not the 4K model. This is the pretty much base spec. It has 8 gigs of RAM, 1TB Fusion drive and a Core i5. Let me start by saying it's brilliant. I've been using an iPad Pro 10.5 inch as my main rig, you could call it, my everyday, day-to-day for the last year, pretty much. Not exclusively for the last year, but for the most part I've been using it for the last year, really loving that thing. But I've got something better now, which is the iMac. The iMac still runs the latest macOS Catalina, and you're still going to be expected to get macOS Big Sur on this iMac. Around the back, you have an SD card slot, headphone jack, 4 USB-A ports, 2 Thunderbolt 2 ports, and that is it. That is all you get. No disk drive on this thing, although realistically, who uses discs? You also do not get any of the luxuries of USB Type-C, although, let's be real, if you're buying this iMac, you probably don't care that much about USB Type-C. No HDMI port, which kind of sucks sometimes, but you can just get this €5 adapter on Amazon, Thunderbolt 2 to HDMI adapter, and it works flawlessly. This iMac is also phenomenal with the Thunderbolt display from Apple, the old cinema display, which is 27 inches, it's bright, vibrant, love the way it looks. Don't have one personally, but I know for a fact that since it's Thunderbolt, it has great compatibility. In Final Cut, this thing chews through my renders, no problem. I've been able to photo edit on this thing. I've been able to game. Yes, I've been able to game on this iMac. Not very well, but I can game on this iMac. I've been using this iMac for pretty much everything. I've rendered on it. I've filmed live streams on it. Well, I've live streamed on it, and people were saying the quality wasn't too bad. I'm using the Magic Mouse 2 and Magic Keyboard 2, as well as Trackpad 2. Don't really use the trackpad all that often, but when I do, it's really nice. It's handy for scrubbing around timelines, doing the multi-touch gestures, etc. I absolutely hate the charging method on this mouse, although I haven't had to charge the mouse yet, so that's fun. Every night I just plug in the mouse before I go to bed. It's that simple, and then it's ready to go in the morning. Something that people might have forgotten with this iMac actually is it came with the Apple cleaning cloth, the Apple branded microfiber cleaning cloth, and I use it on pretty much everything now, which I love. And one thing that I did not expect when I was switching to this iMac was the continuity and the Apple ecosystem. Oh my god, this is amazing. From my watch to my iPad to my phone to the Mac, everything just works seamlessly together. I can just tap the keyboard, spacebar on the keyboard to start up the iMac, unlock it with the watch, then edit the thumbnail on the iPad, send it over to the iPad, film this video on my iPhone, send the footage over here, edit it in Final Cut, and so on. It is insane the power that you can get out of this iMac. It is a Gigabit Ethernet port, which allows for fast data transfers. So when I was downloading all my data off, when I was downloading all my data off this thing, this old Dell Inspiron 17-inch laptop, it was a breeze. And just in general, when you want to use this iMac, it sits so neat on the desk. I cannot recommend this iMac enough to students who, or even just people who just need a computer to turn on and they want a Mac. For certain people, a MacBook will be better. But for me personally, I chose the iMac because it's just there, it's stationary, and it gave me pretty much everything I needed it to do. You can pick these things up for around 800 to €1,000 now, which is really good value. But if you look online, eglobalcentral.eu specifically, if you're in the European Union, you can get a MacBook Air. It's not the newer models, it's the 2017 model, the last one with all the ports and the silver bezels. But you can get that MacBook for €750, which is a really good value if you want something portable, and it comes with a new battery, brand new, etc. Do not buy a Fusion drive off Apple's website, but if you get a Fusion drive in an older iMac, it'll still be fine. This was able to render out all my videos perfectly fine. I can boot up this thing, boot times, no problem whatsoever. Yes, an SSD would be nice, but you can just get an external SSD for your editing files, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be editing off a hard drive from now on. And this footage isn't too taxing. The average video is about 10 gigs for me. So that's that for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next one.